Good afternoon and welcome back to the garden. It's a beautiful sunny day, but there is quite a wind on. But as I've said that, the wind stopped, but believe me, it has been quite windy this morning. What we're going to do this afternoon is pick the tomatoes that are blushing, or anything with, not that one, but like these here, that are just turning a little bit. We'll put those into a basket and we'll take them up to the house, and we'll put a few of the ripe apples with them, and they'll turn in days. The green ones, I should just pick the larger ones and pop those in the greenhouse, and then if they're ripened, they're ripen. If not, we'll have to find another use for them. Now, we have made green tomato chutney, and I think we've got enough, but we'll see if Gemma might want a few, or the neighbours, if they don't ripen. If they ripen, we'll use. So I'm just going to pick the ones that have a bit of a blush on them to finish in house. With them being grown outdoors, they won't be perfect, so there'll be odd marks in, but they are good enough for use in cooking. Anything with a little bit of blush will turn, big and small. Look. Take a bit of picking when they're not quite right. That's the sort of thing that we'll pick to take up to the house. We'll get them done and then we'll show them done. Now there's the ones that are blushing that we'll take up to the house. Pick the better of the green to go to the greenhouse. I did notice there is a few that are showing a bit late tomato blight on them now, but we had this morning when they came down, it was close to a frost, so we had to pick them today, because I think that'll be about it now. We're going to get really cold now, the high pressure's coming in. So if these are stored away, and we'll take the butternut squash as well and put that away from the frost, and we'll see how we go with those. Here's some of the green ones. Look, they're just starting. As you can see, that one's got a bit of that late blight on, so we won't have that one at all. That will go soft. But just have a look at them, and the ones that are not got the late blight on will still ripen. But there's lots of them. Look, nice tomatoes. Who would have thought we were picking tomatoes in November? Although, yeah, they're green, but we're still picking tomatoes. But I'm sure this will be the last time we'll be doing it. Next time you see this plot, it'll be completely empty, ready for digging and manuring for the winter. I'll get them picked. I don't think, if I just show you this one, I don't think we want anything smaller than that. Anything smaller than that, they won't turn. We'll get them picked and we'll come back and show you what we've got. Now we've picked a few, we've half filled a tray, but the rest are showing a bit of blight, so we'll leave those. The ones that are turning a bit blighty, I'll have to put through the incinerator, or if I can, I might be able to bag them and take them to the skip site. Now the butternuts haven't done awfully well this year because of the heat. They haven't really got to any size, but I can't leave them any longer. As I said before, there was close to a big frost this morning. I think there was a high air frost, but not a ground frost. So we need to get these butternuts in. They're quite small, but they'll be fine. Looks well. The skins aren't quite set yet, so I shall put them in the shed near the window and let them finish off there. But I said these small ones, they'll do, but they're not they're not the biggest of size, but they'll be off. They'll be. There's one here, look, there should be. Oh. Now this one has been out there in the sun, and it's nice and firm and hard, so really that that one's about ready. But it's about the biggest we got, I think. I'll pick them through. Obviously we won't use that one. But that shows what sort of crazy weather we're having when squashes are still producing squashes in November. So let me pick them and show you what I'm going to put into store when I get to the shed. Now we think we've picked them all. I can't see anymore, but there's bound to be an odd one hiding. There's one there hiding, I can see. Now some of them are a little bit different. It's still a butternut, but I don't know if it's cross-pollinated with some of the neighbours' butternut squash, because I know they do grow them. Ours are called Hunter, but they'll still mature, they'll be fine. Diane's asked me to get a couple of carrots for Christmas pudding, what she's making tomorrow. So we'll just try a couple of these and see what they look like. I haven't dug any yet, but knowing my luck with carrots, they'll be like that. But we'll dig them, they're still carrots. The ground's awfully wet. I don't know what they'll be like, I'm sure. There you are, look. Nearly like my hand. That's not bad. They're better. You can see how wet the land is, look. Absolutely sodden. Now I've checked with the chef and she said there's more than enough there, but we'll have the rest for our dinner. Now as we're passing the sheds and the compost heap, this is where I have this cage and I put all my leaves in. Actually, if I see some out or the wind blows them into corners, I'm there with my bag putting them in, ready to bring down to here. They make lovely compost and they're well worth saving. Even my neighbours, when they're mowing and there's a lot of leaves mixed in the grass, they always bring it round and dump it on my front, and I come and fetch it and put it in here. But hopefully I'm trying to fill this bin. Although we fill it up to their level, by the time we come to use it next year, it'll be as low, if not lower, than what it is now. Remember your oak, your beech, and there's one more, I think it's ash, are the best leaves because they rot down the quickest. But you can't be choosy when it's blowing about. Now we've put down what we've harvested today and we'll just go through it with you, show you what we've got. These are the green tomatoes. Remember, we'll put these in the top greenhouse, and some are blushing a little bit. I think they might just ripen. When they get to blushing stage, you take them in the house with these and then put a few apples with them. They'll ripen in no time at all. The carrots, they're just a few for Diane to make the Christmas pudding with. And the butternut squash, some are a little bit on the small side, obviously because of the summer we've had, but they'll be ideal for the soups, etc. So they're still useful. Now the green ones, I'm sure have been cross-pollinated, but we'll put them in the shed with these and we'll see how we go with them. They should be alright. At the end there's a reminder. Now these are the pumpkins we had for Halloween. I'm going to chop them up and put them into my compost bins, because if I just throw them out in the forest like we used to, now we found out they're toxic to hedgehogs and do make sure that they go into the compost bin. Anything that makes good compost we'll use. Now that'll be it for now. We've had a little bit longer one today, but it's weekend, isn't it? Now take care everyone, and we'll see you soon. We've still got lots of jobs to do. Bye now.